Morning, everyone. My name is Keith Hutchings, and I am from the Comfortable Home Project, and I am here with Manuela in her straw bale house in
Hilton.
Hilton, yes. So, can you just start by telling us a little bit about yourself? Who are you?
I'm Manuela, first of all. I'm an architect, an Italian architect. I studied in Florence. And so we built this house in 2015 and we finished it last year, so it was 2016. And it worked out to be a really comfortable house and really nice to live in. So we actually moved from the main house to the small house because this is only a granny flat, technically. And we are living, the four of us here, my husband and my two kids. But the way I decided to design the house was to take advantage of every single centimeter, because that, for me, is also another sustainable key factor.
So what's it like here on a cold winter morning?
Okay, so as you said, it's a straw bale house. So
Yeah.
the insulation, in our case, we use the straw bales for insulation only. So in winter, the average temperature inside the house varied between 18 degrees, 17 and a half to be exact, up to 21 degrees. That was
Wow.
the variation of temperature. And the 17 and a half degrees, it was the coolest morning ever, really early in the morning. So the way this house is designed, with the right proportion of insulation and thermal mass, you have the coolest temperature inside about 12 hours, 8 to 12 hours after the coolest temperature outside. When you reach the coolest temperature inside the house, it's already time to open the windows or just let the sun come in, and the cycle is gonna...
Yes. So do you have any heating in the house?
We have one just in case, because my husband, well, we came from Italy, we like to have a bit of heat, just in case. We use it only once, and just because we felt that it was a bit too humid, because keeping the windows closed, often that is the problem. Even if we have breathable walls,
Yeah.
we use materials that let the air to come inside and outside. So it's a permeable kind of.
So you used the heater on that one day, it was damp in
Yeah,
there.
exactly. Yes, and it was only for an hour. And in 1 hour, we raised the temperature of 1 degree, 1.5 degree.
Over the course of a winter, you used your heater once.
Yes.
Yeah, right, okay.
So even the coolest temperature, 17 and a half, usually when it's 17 and a half degrees inside, outside is 6.
Yeah, which counts as bloody cold. It may not
Yeah.
compare to Italy or North America, but it's cold.
Yeah, and I'm talking about when we wake up. Usually we wake
Yeah.
up in the morning at 7, 6, 7, but maybe in the middle of the night, it was even cooler than that.
Manuela, what's it like here on a hot summer afternoon?
Well, in this summer, because that was the first summer we experienced, we had a fresh summer, so it wasn't too bad, but we still had about 3 or 4 days 40 degrees or over. So those days we had the maximum temperature inside 27 and a half. We had the same, it happened exactly the same thing. So we have that hot temperature, the hottest temperature inside the house, very late in the afternoon, which is the time where we open the window and we let all the breeze from the ocean come in through the passive cooling system that we have, which is basically windows. Sometimes when there's no wind at all, we use a bit of a fan that helps the air to circulate even more.
Now, do you guys sleep
difference.
up in the loft or?
My kids do.
Oh, right.
And upstairs we have 2 windows, same facing opposite.
Because in the summer, in a house that didn't have this level of insulation, you'd expect it to be sort of unbearable.
It is half or 1 degree hotter upstairs, yes,
Right.
because the hot air goes up. The good thing of that fan is that it works both ways. It sucks the air, and it can push the air down as well. So we use it in winter and summer, depending on what we want to achieve.
So Manuela, is there anything you would do differently if you were going to do it all over again?
I don't have many things I'm not happy with in this house. We've been studying a lot, so all the details. Of the orientation is not the best, so I would probably have enlarged the size of the window in the bathroom to get a bit of more light in, and but I put a shade outside.
The orientation, like you bought this block, which
Yeah.
is basically a north-south facing block,
Yes.
with the intention of building a sustainable house. Is there
Yeah.
a reason why you didn't specifically buy a block where you'd be able to have the main kind of side of the house facing north?
Well, the thing is, if you have only one house, you can play perfectly, and this is the perfect lot because we have a very nice front garden facing north.
Yeah.
But when you start building 2 or more houses, it's a bit tricky. So, in the future, I will remove the veranda of the existing house, of the old house, and these little windows will get a lot more light. Even if they are little, are really well positioned and are big enough to get a lot of light in.
How much did it cost? What's a square footage cost of the build on here?
That is a tricky question, of course, because it depends a lot on the finishes of the house. When you ask this question to a builder, he will give you the really low range of house. So this house costed us exactly $150,000, and it's about 70 square meters. So it ends up being $2,000 per square meter.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of features like quite expensive, double glazing, big bifold windows.
And how much did the builder do all of the work, or did you do a lot of the...
Yeah, I'm an owner builder, so I'm the builder. And my husband, we had to build the walls by ourselves because not many people knew this technique.
The straw bale.
The straw bale, yeah. But the structure was done by a carpenter, the floor by professional.
I was going to say that's a really good rendering job.
Well, it's the technique that is really handy because you use this timber structure to support the formwork, and you fill the gap between the straw bale and the formwork with this mix that is similar to the concrete in principle, especially because we use lime-based render and it's easier than concrete-based render.
Right, yeah, that's the interesting thing for me because I thought this was a brick house.
No, it's a straw bale house.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for watching. This has been Keith Hutchings from the Comfortable Home Project, and I hope you've enjoyed our little tour of Manuela's house. See you again.